Hello, and welcome back to the Miraculous Fanworks YouTube channel. Your favorite YouTube mods are here with another top 10 video.
We once again placed a survey in the Miraculous Fanworks Discord server's reading chat channel, asking members to submit their favorite Ladrien fanfics for Ladrien June.
Shri, I know that you have a fondness for this ship, but at the risk of having everyone come at me with pitchforks, I'll have to admit that it's not my favorite side of the love square.
I mean, you can't deny that Ladybug catching Adrien as he fell from the top of the tower isn't adorable. I mean, you can, and that's valid, but in my opinion, it definitely is.
I'm not going to deny that scene was cute, but it still hasn't made me want to give up either Adrianette or Maricat as my favorites. Though quite a few of these stories were pretty cute.
Adrianette is one of my favorites as well, so I definitely can't blame you.
Anyway, this top 10 is once again based first on the number of votes that the story had gotten in the survey, with the amount of kudos the fic had gotten on Archive of Our Own Breaking Any Ties.
The stories in this video are also once again rated G through T, also known as general audiences and teen and up audiences, using the rating system utilized by Archive of Our Own. Any stories submitted to the survey that were rated not safe for work were not included.
It should also be noted that all the mentioned fanfics in this video have been added to a collection on Archive of Our Own. The links to the collection can be found in the description below, as well as the link to the Miraculous Fanworks Discord server.
Before we get started, do you like how we're doing? Let us know by hitting the like and subscribe buttons below. Comments are also very much appreciated.
Number 10, Double Dare by Peach Sit. Don't ever do that again, Marinette says, maybe a little too empathetically. And Adrien looks at her, his expression quiet. His cheeks, Marinette notices, are a little red. But I wanted to save you, he says. Or Ladybug and Adrien can't seem to stop running into each other. Whether that is on accident or on purpose is nobody's business but their own, of course.
Number 9, Someone to Watch Over Me by DFC Fanfics. Adrien is used to his father taking him for granted and treating him poorly, especially since his mother's disappearance. But it's never been anywhere near this bad before, especially that in trouble at school. His life is quite the downward spiral. He has been putting on a brave face, but he's struggling, and his friends are starting to notice, one special friend in particular. Marinette is determined to help him any way that she can, with and without the mask, but when Akumas fly towards Adrien, he soon finds himself more deeply entwined in Marinette's life, and Ladybug's private life than he'd ever imagined. Can Adrien possibly decide between these two angels who are making his life worth living again? Can Marinette process Adrien's crush on Ladybug and his growing feelings for her? And can Gabriel stop laughing long enough to launch his master plan? A fluffy DFC, Bugashot Ladrien Jam.
Number 8, But All I'm Seeing Is You by Chelsea Baby Love. After Ladybug finds out Adrien is her cat noir, they start dating. She didn't think it'd be so hard to keep her identity a secret from him. She also didn't realize how much it would affect her friendship with him as Marinette.
Number 7, Bang Bang by A_Miraculous and Claire Lutra. See, anybody could be good to you. You need a bad girl to blow your mind. I'm not biased or anything. It's not an Ariana Grande song. What are you talking about? What? No thank you kiss for your savior, handsome boy?
Number 6, Looking Like This by Riaji. My apologies if I mispronounced. Soon after Adrien's first date with Ladybug makes front page news, Lila seeks revenge on the boy who exposed her with help from an unlikely source, Cat Noir.
Number 5, Curiosity and Satisfaction by I'm the Punch Lord. When Adrien agreed to this line of work, he thought all his focus would be on the job of catching the elusive Ladybug. It never crossed his mind that someone else would catch his attention.
Number 4, Those Benevolent Stars by Peach Sit. Will you come back? She looked up at the deep blue sky, as if she could somehow find the answer there. I shouldn't, she said, shaking her head and looking back at him. But the stars were still there, caught in her eyes, and Adrien persisted. But will you? Or Adrien meets his soulmate, a thief who calls herself Ladybug. He falls for her, but she seems determined to maintain the space between them.
Before we get into our top 3, let's have some honorable mentions to the stories that did not make the top 10.
The Montparnasse scenes downgraded budget sliced straight to video of a sequel, or Adrien Takes the Tumble, by Bugaboo and Banana Noir. Once upon a time, Adrien Grast fell in love. More currently, he fell off a rock wall. In both instances, Ladybug is more or less to blame.
Aloe-infused fuzzy socks by Peach Set. So now you're stealing my socks? Marinette froze, biting the inside of her cheek. She squeezed her eyes shut, mouthing a choice curse word, before dropping the 3 pairs of Adrien's fuzzy aloe-infused socks that she'd been holding in her gloved hands. She took a deep breath and turned around, closing his sock drawer with her hip. No, of course not, she lied through her teeth.
An Uncurtained Discovery by Miss Noodles. When he returns from school on Wednesday afternoon, Adrien discovers the darkness in his own home. He struggles to come to terms with it. To his utter mortification and delight, Ladybug is nearby to rescue him. He does not discover that his father is a supervillain. That will happen on a different Wednesday.
And Say You Want Me by Miss Noodles. If you're still partners, what's the problem? Did he do something to upset you? The problem was that even after they reconciled and tentatively worked things out, Chat Noir had still been hurt. He'd asked for space, and Ladybug had been so careful to respect his request. After months, she'd hoped they might grow closer again, but there was still a wall between them. She wasn't sure if he'd ever asked to cross, but she'd wait forever if only he would.
The Ladybug and the Myrrh by I'm the Punch Lord. When Ladybug is lost at sea, she finds herself saved by one of the most dangerous sea beings in the world, a Myrrh.
Number 3, Everyday Ladybug by Sailor Chippy. How a 6-month anniversary gift turned into a reveal, and then later into the best thing of Adrien Agreste's life.
Number 2, Whose Woods These Are, I Think I Know, by Rayagi. 4 years after his future turns to cinders, Adrien is a servant in the house he was meant to inherit. Disowned by his father and abused by his stepmother, his days are filled with drudgery until he meets a masked huntress in the forest behind his father's chateau. As his friendship with Ladybug turns to first love, he dreams of a future spent at her side. Then, on the eve of the princess's masquerade, he meets his guardian and is granted a wish. A Ladrien Cinderella alternate universe.
And finally, number 1, For You, I Do Anything by Depanda_17. 6 months. 6 months since Hawkmoth was defeated. 6 months since Adrien Agreste shut himself out from his friends, becoming just as cold-hearted and depressed as his father once was. 6 months since Chat Noir tore off his Miraculous and never transformed it ever again. 6 months since Ladybug found out her partner's true identity, but he never found out who she was.
Thank you for joining us in this adventure. If you would like to participate in our next Top 10 survey, feel free to join us at the Miraculous Fanworks Discord server. The link can be found in the description below.
Thanks for watching. Have a miraculous day.
Want exclusive insights into upcoming server events and news? How about access to our VIP channel and a special role on the server? Or maybe a physical copy of a vinyl sticker sent to you each month? Interested? Check out our Patreon for more information, and don't forget to stay miraculous.